This thing still works? Conclave, starring Ralph Fiennes, Stanley Tucci, John Lithgow, and Isabella Rossellini, is about the conclave after the unexpected death of a pope. Cardinal Lawrence is tasked with managing the covert and ancient ritual of electing a new pope. Sequestered to the Vatican with the Catholic Church's most powerful leaders until its process is complete, Lawrence finds himself at the center of a conspiracy that could lead to its downfall. Now, it's been a while since I've done a review, but as this Oscar season gets into the swing of things, I want to commit myself and really start getting back into doing reviews, because I've missed talking about movies and missed logging my experiences with these movies. And Conclave, I felt like, was a really good movie to get back into the swing of things, because I didn't have many expectations going into this movie outside of the fact that it had Ralph Fiennes and it was getting a lot of buzz and a lot of praise from the majority of critics. I saw one trailer for it. I haven't watched anything else. And then I went into this movie pretty blind, didn't know what to expect out of it, and walked away having a fantastic time with this movie. Ralph Fiennes is fantastic, as he is in almost everything. I absolutely loved him in the last thing that I saw him, which was The Menu. And this movie is so tense. It's so well acted from everybody across the board. The character building in this movie is phenomenal. There's so many twists and turns, so many ways that you're supposed to feel about these characters as they're trying to navigate electing a new pope. You feel and see the connection that they had with the old pope, and you see them trying to play their cards right, the different ideologies and the different flaws that every single person that's trying to be elected pope has. This movie isn't overly critical of the Catholic Church, and it's a lot more focused on the flaws of human beings, which I really appreciated, because a lot of movies that are about religion and are about critiquing religion and aspects of it really go super heavy into critiquing the religion and poking jokes at it and making fun of it. And this movie doesn't do that at all. And it really focuses on the humans and the flaws that they have as people, and really looking at the flaws of these humans versus what the church is supposed to stand for, what it does stand for, and the faith that the cardinals and all the characters in this movie have in the church. I thought the score in this movie was one of the best aspects of it. It really added to the tension of the conversations that were being had, and a lot of moments were very amplified by the score and its ability to convey the emotion and the tension in every single minor conversation that there may be. This movie doesn't really drag at all. It's 2 hours and it flies by. Feels like you're in the Vatican watching this, because you just get so locked into it. It is just a thrilling ride, a very fun experience to be a part of. And overall, I would recommend this movie to anybody that loves movies. Now, my biggest complaint is the ending of this movie, and I don't necessarily have an issue with it. I was just so utterly shocked and surprised by it. Not the final decision for who they make pope, but something that you learn about them after the fact was something that I did not see coming whatsoever. And I don't necessarily hate the decision, but the way that they portray it and the way that they do it, especially in the final conversations that they have about it, and it's really hard to dance around this without getting into spoilers, but the way that they do it can come across as a little bit too preachy, which is pretty ironic, and it does just kind of throw you out of the loop for the entirety of the movie. Like, you feel like you're watching this really grounded, really realistic, really very plausible, grounded in reality movie, and then the final 10 minutes kind of throws that out of the window just a little bit. It takes you out of the movie, and I think that that's the point of it, and it delivers a solid message as well, but it's a lot more preachy. It's a lot more on the nose than the subtlety of the rest of the movie and what the rest of the movie does. So it really contrasts with that. And again, I think that that's probably the point that the director of this movie was trying to make, but I don't know if it necessarily worked as well as they intended it to. But again, overall, it doesn't take that much away from the movie. I still like the message that they're trying to go and show you at the end of the movie. I just don't know if the way that they did it was the right way to do it. So overall, I'd give Conclave a solid 4 out of 5 over on Letterboxd. Link to follow me down there in the description below. Make sure to like and subscribe and let me know what you thought of Conclave down in the comments below, and we will see you in the next movie review.